This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so the first thing, what is Docker? So when we say Docker, okay, understand this way. Docker is basically managing a container. Okay, managing a container. So now next question is, what is container then?
Yes.
What is
right.
container? So container basically, understand this way. Earlier we were running the app, mind it. Earlier we were running app in physical server.
Correct.
Okay. And then after that we migrate to virtual machine, virtual server, the one which I taught you last session.
Correct.
Right? And then nowadays, from last 5-6 years, we are running application in the container. So what is container? So container is basically a lightweight, okay, lightweight application runtime environment, okay, and is not a operating system. It's not operating system. Okay, mind you, virtual machines you have operating system. This one, what to say? Physical servers we have a operating system, but container is not operating system. So it's a lightweight app environment. So how exactly this is? So I'll just put it up in the simple image. Okay, so understand this way. Here, this is a hardware. Okay, on top of it we have a operating system. Correct?
Yes.
And in a data center. And this is the operating system, and then when you want to run applications, forget about the data center, this is the physical server. Okay, so this is the physical server, and this is the hardware, and this is the operating system, and then you create one user. Correct? So what we have a root file system like a C drive. This is a root file system, and then we have a networking, we have process table, and then many things we have it, and then we have one user, and then you run applications inside user. Correct? Like Apache, you use Apache, Tomcat user, MySQL. Correct? So earlier when we were running application in a data center using physical server, so like that you used to have multiple servers like this. So here 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like this we had a multiple server. So this was a physical server, but it was coming very costly because of lots of resources being wasted. Then we migrated to the virtual server. Virtual server means, let's put it up. This is the hardware.
Yes.
Then this is the operating system. Then this is the hypervisor. Okay. So hardware, operating system, hypervisor. Then hypervisor means virtual box and all. Then we created one VM and one more VM, one more VM, 3 VM we created. And then VM, what we have? Again, we have operating system. VM also we have operating system. Correct now? And then after that, all the resources of the operating system which we used, one user, and then application inside that, Apache, Tomcat, MySQL, whatever it is. So now here you need an operating system, here also you need operating system, here also you need operating system, and here also you need operating system. So here if you want to run 3 applications in this hardware, in this image, that means I need a 4 operating system. Correct now?
Yes.
So then we had some revolution technology. It's not technology, it's the same old technology, but wrap it up properly. And then we started running in a container. So what is container? So basically what is happening, understand this. This is the hardware.
Okay.
And then this is the operating system.
Okay.
Okay. And let me write it. Hardware and operating system. So now earlier we had a C drive, like root file system, only one, correct? Only one operating system. Sorry, C drive. And here we had only one network. And here we had one P table. And then multiple users you can have it. So this is user 1, user 2, user 3. Correct now?
Correct.
In the same machine.
What is the table?
This
what I mean, what is that? P stand.
So this is the operating system. Okay. And this is the root file system, C drive, ini drive, networking, PID map, process table, process ID, process table, this one. This is the process table. See that PID start with 0. Correct now? And then this is your user 1, this is user 2, this is user 3. So this can run one application, this one application, one application. Agree with me? Hello?
This conference will now be recorded.
So what I was trying to tell you here is, now you have a hardware, operating system, root file system, network, process table, correct? And then user 1, user 2, user 3.
What is
Okay.
process table? What is process table?
This is the process table. You see that every application
Okay.
runs on the, this is the process, starting with the 0. You see the PID?
Yes.
So every compute will start with the 0 every time. Got
Okay,
it?
sir. Yes.
So now then this is the user 1, this is the user 2, this is the user 3. This can also run application, this user also can run application, this user can also run application. Correct?
Correct.
This is the current scenario. So now what has happened? What has happened is nothing has happened. So this is the hardware and this is the operating system.
Okay.
And mind it, this is the hardware here and this is the operating system. It can be virtual machines also here. Now what is happening? In the OS level, there is a one utility which is called Docker. On top of it, there is installation Docker. Okay, this is a Docker. And what Docker is doing, they create one root file system, one C drive.
Okay.
Change the color. One C drive here, one C drive here, one C drive here. So Docker create multiple root file system. Here we had only one root file system. All users were seeing it, only one C drive. That means in one machine, if you log in multiple people, they will see the same OPT, same etc, all stuff like that. Make sense? But Docker create a multiple root file system, multiple network, and multiple PID map. PID means process map, starting with the 0. And then what we'll do, this they will create one user more here, and user more here. Okay, and what they will do, they will attach all these resources to this user, all these resources to this user, all resources to this user. So that means this user, when you are running, you can run Apache, you can also run Apache, you can run Apache. Here you see that the limitation in the earlier, what was the limitations here? This guy, when you run Apache, 80 port, 50 PID, C Apache. Now this guy cannot run 80 port, 50 PID and C Apache because integrity issues will be there. Apache. So this guy cannot run Apache, this guy cannot run Apache because same port, same PID and same directory. Correct? Correct now? C Apache cannot have. 50 PID, 50 PID, 50 PID cannot have. 80 port you cannot use it. Correct now? So here, because of all these resources is isolated, so this whole environment you call a container. Got it?
Okay.
This is the one container, this is another container, this is another container. So here you see that operating system you have only one, but this environment is resources is separate. This resource separate. And who's doing it? Docker. Docker is managing all these containers.
Okay.
Got it?
Yes.
So here in technical word, it's like wait app runtime environment. For running this Apache, you need all this thing. To running this Apache, you need all this thing. For running this Apache, you need all this thing. So yes, it's an app runtime environment and it's not OS. Okay, make sense?
Yeah.
So here Docker is been developed using Golang. It's by Solomon Hykes. Okay, and you have a latest release, I think 22. Latest release we have 22, and so on. So this is the Docker which basically run your container, manage your container. So now next thing is how to install this. So let me create a one Docker machines for it. So clone Docker. Done. Now here, this is the machines. I'm going to start it.
So, I mean, how did you use it? I mean, like, do you have to get any image or?
I'll teach you. I'll teach you. Still, let me install the Docker first. So how to install a Docker? That is the questions. So now there's one article tutorial I'm going to share with you. Enter Docker install. Here, this is the tutorial. So here you have multiple tutorials. This one is there. I'll go for this one because it's faster. So root Rajesh 123. What is the IP address? It's 12. So new sessions 192.168.1.1.12.
Well,
Root Rajesh 123, and just I'll improve the little bit of 14. Click OK, apply. Now in this, what we have, I am trying to install the Docker.
yum install.
Many ways to install the Docker.
Oh, it's not yum install.
Yeah, so ultimately it's through a script actually. Just wait for it.
What is curl?
Curl is a command line, Linux command to download any file from the internet.
Okay, then why can't we use m install or?
Yes, you can do that also. I'm not using that method. If you want to use it, this method you can do that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So multiple methods are there, but I'm lazy a little bit. So many commands I don't want to run. This will run all the required commands actually.
Okay. Are we having class tomorrow as well, sir, or no?
I mean, tomorrow we'll have. No, tomorrow we have a more than a 10 hours class already. So we'll resume from the Monday.
Okay. Because we are missing
Maybe.
classes on weekdays, right? So I was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
making sure.
I'll try maybe Sunday one class.
Okay.
So let me. It's taking time. Let me pause this recording.
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so let's see that. I changed this installation type. I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to try from the script, but it's not working. So I'm trying manually. Let's see if it is working. Let me pause the recording.
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so now it's getting installed. So let me run this command. So I run this command and this command. So look at my screen.
Yeah, yeah.
So history, I run this command and followed by, this is only one command. So don't mistake it. Enter. Now finally I'm going to run this command. Just it's Done. Next command. Finally, this command. Let me pause the recording.
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so I'm going to install this Docker now with this command.